we're doing some bodybuilding stuff. Brian ran a marathon yesterday. He did some hard leg training on Monday. So we're a little bit sore, right? The IT band's a little bit inflamed. So we'll get some like hypertrophy or muscle building in today. So we're gonna start with like a classic incline bench press. Here's the deal. Brian's gonna lay flat on the bench. And what I want him to really do is most importantly, open up this chest cavity. So when he's coming up, he's gonna think about squeezing his elbows together. When he comes down, he's gonna think about trying to touch his rear delts to the back of this bench, right? So just really open the chest. He's strong. We'll start up with 50s. So we're gonna pair the incline with a pullover. So we're just gonna do a classic push-pull today and probably do a little bit of core for Brian just because he's still got some pelvic stability stuff going on, which is why his IT band got so inflamed. We're gonna get in that hinged position, meaning that his knees are not in flexion. The weight's in his hamstrings, you're gonna feel a stretch. Bring it to about your quads. Yep, all the way down. Yep, all the way back up, and don't let this shrug you. Good, perfect. He can push his hips forward a little bit. Brace those abs. Good, yeah. Nice and rock hard, and we want him to think about, is he prepared to take a punch? This is an exercise you want to protract through, okay? You don't want to be in retraction of the scapula. You actually want to cast with your arms or reach. Head back for me, legs up straight. Good, straighten those legs as much as you can. Straighten them, straighten them. Good, straighten them. So he's got good hip mobility. You can kind of assess. He can't make a perfect 90-degree angle. He's not a direct like L, right? His hips are just tight. We know that about him. We're gonna bring it down nice and slow, Brian. 3 seconds, pump the knees in. Yep, and back up. And keep your head down for me the whole time. Yes. Yep, and keep your head back for me the whole time. Long arm, long arm, long arm. Bring it in, pump it in. Straight legs again. Yep, beautiful. Good. Keep those palms flat for me. Use them to keep tension. Why do I like this? Look at this range of motion. He's got full range of motion of that shoulder. We get a lot of medial delt, but we get a ton of that anterior delt. Great for him. And I want him to open up those shoulder, right? I think he's got tight pec minor. I know he's got some shoulder mobility stuff. This is a great exercise for just not only shoulder strength, but shoulder mobility. So what we're gonna do too is he's complaining his knees are really tight. So I'm just gonna put him in a really simple quad hip flexor stretch after this. It has nothing to do with building muscle, but again, we're trying to recover from that run. Which is stuff I'm gonna have him do on his own, which is like foam roll the IT band, foam roll the adductor, and stretch that hip flexor. Nice for him. Getting that ankle to be in play better, you still have some stuff with that ankle. You just gotta get it better. You still got some stuff with that toe, you just gotta get it better. And it can be, it's just got to require like constant volume. Everybody talks about variety, but you have to have consistent stimulus to improve something. His hip is tight. What ends up happening is his hip flexor's tight, his quad's tight, and it pulls on his patella, it pulls up. So as a result, not everybody, but a majority of people can actually get rid of knee pain just by simply stretching their quad. I'm not talking about people with ACL tears, I'm not talking about MCL tears, those kind of people, but your general everyday people when you're sitting or at the movie theater, we literally call it movie theater knee, they just have really tight quads and they just need to stretch it. It's very, very easy to fix. In Brian's case, his hip gets jacked up and it pulls on all of this and it starts bothering his knee. It's really simple to remedy. IT band, foam roll, adductor foam roll, hip stretch the hip flexor. You know, it looks funny, but this is a hip flexor stretch. It's gonna get quad in there too. People don't traditionally do this as a hip flexor stretch. They do a version where they lean forward, but I've always found that this is way more effective because I get quad and I get hip flexor in it. He doesn't want to arch his back. He doesn't want to, again, find his mobility through his back, which is part of what Brian does. You can tell right now how he's positioned it. He can't get this toe flat like the other one. It's okay, I'll let him do this for now, but look how different the toe is. Remember the other one was flat up? Because he doesn't have mobility in this one. I do a lot of one-arm rows with people, again, especially with runners, but bodybuilders as well, and this is just an overall strength exercise. Phenomenal for it. But this is a guy, again, I want that thoracic mobility to open up. I want him to get stronger there. Yep, exactly. This is exactly what he wants to do. These are actually perfect. He's trying to envision his head touching that pole. This is perfect. He's going right to 90 degrees. His form on this is stellar. Nice. Perfect. He wants to keep that chest high, those hips back. We're almost thinking like a deadlift position, right? He's got stretching his hamstrings. Chest nice and tall. Perfect. Flip it around. Chest up a little higher, ass up a little higher. That's it, right there. That's it. Don't dip down.